What's up, you guys? It is September 11, 2021. It is Fightful Fight Night. For those of you who are unfamiliar and you're like, well, what's going on here? We don't necessarily do a lot of MMA post shows anymore. Instead, we kind of want to cater to our more casual audience that likes bigger MMA fights, bigger boxing fights, or fights that probably shouldn't exist whatsoever, but do anyway. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. We're watching on FITE TV. It is Triller Fight Club, and we're kicking it off with Anderson Silva boxing Tito Big Head Ortiz. We're finishing it off with Evander Holyfield against Vitor Belfort. This was supposed to be Oscar De La Hoya. We'll talk more about that in moments. We got Steven Jensen joining us, who is always here for Fightful Fight Night. Steven, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to see you guys. I just sent Doug the link because I just realized I forgot to send him the link after telling him to join the chat. So he'll be here in a second. But I'm doing good. Me and Rob both repping for our Minnesota Vikings tonight. Skol Vikings. We'll be beating you tomorrow, Sean. You and your Bengals. Right. But I'm having a good night, man. I'm looking forward to these freak shows, man. How about you guys?
Looking forward to stomping that Viking ass tomorrow. But we got Rob Wilkins, who is here covering a gaggle of things. Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I am doing really good. I'm excited to watch. I'm with you. I am ready for a little Tito Ortiz to go down action.
Oh, well, we've got the right person here for that. We got one of the first YouTubers I ever watched in my life, and I'll never forget RVD Tito for life. Never will I forget it. And I get to watch the look on Doug's face as Anderson Silva peppers that big-ass target attached to the shoulders of Tito Ortiz. Doug, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm about to watch Tito get destroyed, and yeah, it's gonna be lovely. I mean, let's be honest. He's taking this fight because of money. There's no other reason, and he would never agree to go to 195 if like he didn't have to. And so, like, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a cash grab for Tito, but I do think Tito's going to give it his all. It's just not going to go very well.
Well, it says he weighed in at 200, which is interesting.
Yeah. I give a lot of credit to even getting that. I give it a lot of credit to get to 200 because, like, that's crazy for him to get that low. I honestly think it's body shot. It's done.
Yeah, I think this is going to add to the destruction, though. I think Anderson's going to feel even more disrespected now that he didn't make weight, and now he's just going to like beat him up even worse.
I honestly think Anderson had no idea. Like, I don't think Anderson ever thought Tito could make the weight, so he knew he wasn't going to make the weight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm surprised they even tried to do that, but oh boy,
wow, Tito's like doing his little interview right before he's about to walk out.
Where's the beanie, Tito? Come on.
We're going to get the classic Tito excuse afterwards, though. We got to.
Tito, it's because he didn't make weight.
Tito made excuses when he won fights. He was like, I was paralyzed. My neck was broken. He's like, my dog almost got hit by a car 3 weeks ago, but it made it.
My eye bone was broken.
Yes.
And hey, we better get break stuff as the walkout, though.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
As much as I pick on Tito Ortiz, when he beat Ryan Bader and he did the gravedigger thing, I flipped out. Out.
Yeah.
Remind you guys, we are live on youtube.com/Fightful. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Donate a super chat. It helps an awful lot.
Yeah, Wolf Bible, he does have the flames on his trunks.
Yeah, he does.
This is so bizarre. Like, Michael Buffer's got to also be just like, what's happening right now? Like, how, what? Like,
the craziest thing about this show is they spend an ungodly amount of money for, like, bad stuff. Like, if you just spend an ungodly amount of money for, like, great quality stuff, you'd be in way better position. Like, you could easily spend this amount of money and get way better matchups than this.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the song to drop. Tito's just like waving a flag on the entrance ramp.
Colby Faria, can't wait for this shit show. Good to see Colby here.
What's up, Colby?
Not really sure what the black and red stripes mean, but okay.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on that flag.
Yeah.
Here we go. Song starting. He's coming.
It's Hogan.
It's real American. It's real American.
It's Hogan.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is the Alberto Del Rio entrance. That's what this is.
Man.
100%.
Yeah.
This is what he came out to for that one. Yep. This just reminds me of like Kenny Powers on like that episode of Eastbound and Down when he comes out to this, and everyone like doesn't know what to think of it.
Oh, that was one of that episode was hilarious. All of those episodes are hilarious, but that one I was literally I had tears because that was the last thing I was expecting.
Right. Oh, it's too funny.
I'm in shock this is happening. I really
I love it. I live for these freak show fights now.
Yeah, same. They do great numbers for us.
I think it's great for like the like MMA guys on the way out. I do think it's really good. Like as long as you can still generate some buzz. And what's crazy is like I've watched the little countdown shows they've had on Triller. I don't get it because they got like 70,000 subscribers and they have like under 1,000 views on all of them. But they're really like high quality. It looks great production, but I don't know.
We got John Gorman saying, "Hey guys, enjoy the freak show fights tonight. 2 weeks until Nick Diaz is back, buddy. I'll believe Nick Diaz is back when he is in the cage and they sound a bell. That's when I'll believe he's back."
If he is in fact back though. For the next Fightful watch-along, I'll do all three of those because Nick Diaz is my favorite fighter ever. Sure. So, like, we'll do Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler, and then there's 2 title fights. So, if that goes down, join us right here on this YouTube channel for the watch-along of that. I'm really looking forward to see how he looks against Robbie Lawler. And we currently have Anderson Silva coming out to the ring, although it showed the Tito Ortiz graphic for him. So, that was a mistake. Is he coming out to DMX?
Yes. Ain't no sunshine.
Yeah, I could barely hear it, but okay. Yeah. Good. That's legendary, that entrance.
All I'm seeing is Anderson Silva looking like the Undertaker right now because he is about to kill Tito.
Yeah, this is...
Guys, I'll try to not eat my delicious pot roast on the air. How can I resist? The weather drops below 70 here, and it's like, I better make the pot roast in the soup.
Nice. Football season.
Exactly.
And, you know, and I know y'all know, but like Anderson Silva, for those of you watching on the stream, thanks for joining us. But Anderson Silva looked great against Chavez Jr. In his last. So, like, this should be a pretty big mismatch. And if you're watching the Trump commentary stream, we now have Jorge Masvidal joining Trump and Trump Jr. and Junior Dos Santos. And Masvidal got a very big grin on his face right now.
Oh, yeah. That's a hero.
Yeah. This is wild. This whole thing is just so bizarre.
It is. It's so fantastic.
but it's like they were saying, like about Trump. He hasn't done an appearance or anything since the presidency, and they did it with this. So, like, imagine how much they paid him to do this. Like,
they had to pay him a lot.
A lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're spending so much money on for what?
Yeah.
Remember, guys, leave a thumbs up on this video. Donate a super chat if you want your question or statement read on the air. Make sure you check out FightfulMag.com. That is the Fightful magazine. It's got lots of great stuff in it. And check out our merch store at shop.fightful.com. Hannah M says, "Fuck football season." There you go.
Hannah.
Let's go, Tito. Let's do this.
Oh, this is going to be hilarious. Gosh, look how much bigger Anderson is.
You're at 155 of round 1 for those of you watching along. Once again, and of course, make sure to watch on FITE TV. FITE TV is where to watch the actual fights that we're commentating on right now.
Love doing work with FITE TV. They are good peoples.
Oh,
yes.
This is tough.
Oh, look at Tito.
Tito.
Tito's got a very slow jab.
There you go, Tito.
Oh, this is going to be very funny.
He looks really slow, just throwing hooks.
Yeah. Those are slow.
It looks like someone who's been training boxing for a couple of months and like is just trying to get the motion correct and not really like comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe when they announced this fight.
Me neither.
Couldn't believe it.
Ortiz's last one was was Del Rio or Liddell? Which one was most recent?
Del Rio.
Del Rio was more recent. What? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Beat that ass.
Yeah.
He did.
Anderson Silva is just making a joke out of him, man.
Yeah. Anderson hasn't thrown once yet.
Miss.
Just dodging punches.
Oh, this is it. It's gonna be it. Oh my god!
Oh!
Oh, damn. I'm a little bit behind you guys. I got to go to the other feed.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty much what we expected, right?
No. I've never seen Tito out cold like that in my life.
Oh,
wow.
I love it. I love it.
Amazing. Amazing.
That.
Oh god.
Bing.
Oh, can we do it again?
Oh,
Wow.
oh, Jesus Christ Almighty.
Tito's trying to get up.
Yeah, we thought it would.
Oh, I thought it was more just gonna be like just him peppering him for 3 or 4 rounds and then putting him away with a body shot.
No, he just went ahead and just did that instead.
I want it.
Jesus.
Replay. Let's do this.
I wonder what Trump had to say on commentary for that one.
Would love to hear it.
I missed it. Oh, wow. Okay, so Trump just said, "Did you think that was a possible ending?"
Oh wow. Tito looks in shock.
You think? He's in shock because he doesn't even realize the fight is over right now.
Man,
Trump
he's
said,
Waking up like, I
good.
agreed to this?
Yeah. I hope he got paid, which was the whole point, I guess, at the end of the day. Take the money. That was weak.
I mean, that big ass head is like rookie level difficulty target.
Well, so Anderson
sorry,
could
Doug.
fight tomorrow. Like
So it's
Anderson
okay.
took no
It's
damage.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Doug pretty well knew what was gonna happen. I mean, he has said as much.
Like, listen, at the end of the day, like, Tito shouldn't have took that fight with Chuck the 3rd time because he knew that where Chuck State was. Like, this is the same type of deal. Like, Tito had no business fighting Anderson Silva. But see, this is what I was telling you, Steven, is that this isn't the worst thing for Anderson Silva because all it does is now he's beat Julio Cesar Chavez, and then he has a highlight reel knockout of Tito Ortiz that's going to go viral all across all platforms, and then he can say, I want Jake Paul or whatever.
Exactly.
And then bam, it's huge.
Exactly.
That
The guy
really
will make more money than he made in his entire UFC career at 46 years old.
And if I'm Jake Paul, I weigh this very carefully. Do you want to win or do you want to make money? Because I don't think he beats Anderson Silva. I mean, Silva beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and that was so impressive. And that makes me wonder, how the hell would he have done 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago?
Very, very curious. Yeah, I agree.
Because all due respect, I loved Anderson Silva, my favorite fighter to watch at the time. But I was like, okay, there are levels to boxing. Well, apparently he was on that level back then.
Yeah. He's that guy, though, for MMA where it's like, all these MMA fighters are getting embarrassed by boxers, and he's like our shining hope.
I love it.
He's just like, yes.
Yeah, because he could wind up fighting Jake or Logan next. Like, either one is possible for a lot of money.
My favorite MMA boxing crossover was when Ray Mercer hit Tito or hit Tim Sylvia. And he fell so slowly that Ray Mercer shot a double on him.
Yeah, that was in some like weird.
Out.
That was some like weird like organization too, like a small cage. I remember that being like a whole weird thing.
Man, that was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder if Anderson will actually make a call out here.
I doubt it. He'll probably say Tito shouldn't have missed weight. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Is normal.
I come for fighting.
Normal. I come for fight. I train hard.
He just said, he literally, as you said, that he said, I train hard for this fight.
Bruce Lee.
That's because Tito said that stupid stuff about Wong Chung Bruce Lee style.
That interview was like, was there something you saw that gave you the advantage? And I would just love it if Anderson said, his big ass head. Big head, huge head.
Oh, here we
He's
go.
Fucking huge.
He's like, I'm out of this dump.
Oh, he just said probably the last you've seen of him.
Yeah,
I
right.
love that he couldn't even keep a straight face.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the last time Triller's seen me.
Yeah.
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 Cyclops says, I hate Tito as a person. I love seeing him get KO'd. Oh,
The funny thing is I remember Tito was like, I've been training with Jay Silva. That ain't Anderson Silva. That doesn't prepare you for, like, Jay Silva is a nobody. And he's like, yeah, I feel great. We're in good shape. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
that was
love
rough.
watching the. Look at that. His legs crossed on the way down.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Oh, my God.
oh,
The pad kept him up. Amazing. Ooh.
man, that one shook him.
Amazing. And I'm with you, Doug. I think
Ooh.
Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul is a big, big fight.
It's huge. It is absolutely enormous. Like, I think it could be like Conor and Mayweather big if they really marketed it and made it like a big deal.
God, that was so
Wow.
fun.
And we still got Belfort and Holyfield, y'all.
Oh, God.
I'm going to tell you all a funny story. Not that funny.
Story time with Sean Ross Sapp.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
So the Fightful founder, Jimmy Van, is into like ad sales. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what the hell he does for his business. I just know he's got a company related to ads, affiliate sales, all that good shit. And like 8 years ago, they did a thing called the Affy Ball, which is the affiliate ball or whatever. And they had Evander Holyfield come in as like a guest speaker. And oh, let me find this overlay.
Oh, no.
And during this thing, and it's like the weirdest thing. You can find like clips of it online, and it's so weird. I actually found the clip of Evander Holyfield at this Affy Ball, and they handed him over the affiliate or the Affy Award Lifetime Achievement thing, and he's like, "What? What? I just met you people." And he's looking at this thing. He's looking at this trophy that looks like a butt plug. And he's just like, he's so confused. He's like, what is this? Why do I have this? What could I possibly do with this? What makes you think that I want to take this with me back to where I came from? Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. He's so confused. He has no clue why they gave him this glass butt plug. None at all.
Man.
So Jimmy is riding with him to the hotel as Evander Holyfield leaves. The Affy Lifetime Achievement Award just rolls into the floorboard of the limo. And Jimmy goes, "Hey, Evander, here you go. You forgot this." And Evander looked at him and he said, "Man, you keep it." And Jimmy still has it in his office at his work. So he has a giant glass butt plug that belongs to Evander Holyfield in his office.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I remember hearing that story. I don't remember him. I didn't know he had it still.
He does.
That's awesome.
He does. That being said, Vitor's probably winning.
Yeah, I'm taking Vitor as well.
Oh, I think Vitor's winning. There's something like, yes, Evander has so much experience and everything, but like those reflexes don't look the best right now.
Yeah, I think I saw like an interview he did the other day where he's like, this is the first time in my career that my daughter has like been like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" It's like,
Damn.
oh, that's come on,
Not
man.
when he fought Matt Hardy. That's surprising.
Yeah.
And Todd
I asked
Grisham looks
Matt
so
about
different.
that once, and Matt was like, he beat the fuck out of me so bad.
They probably told him it was real and just go in there and do it.
Yeah. And Todd Grisham looks so different with glasses off. I haven't seen him like this.
Yeah.
He's got the half-shaved side comb thing going on.
Oh my God, that's Todd Grisham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
He-
my God.
Oh,
No,
dude.
Sean, he was sitting next to Trump. That was his duty. He was literally like next to Trump during the entire time.
Yeah. It was him. It was Gresham, Trump Jr., and Junior Dos Santos for like most of the night on the. And Trump Jr. has literally nothing to say.
Nothing.
He's just sitting there, like 'cause he can't contribute to the conversation. Trump's at least like familiar with the fights. He's trying to make conversation about it, but then they just wound up talking about like Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, and like that whole thing wound up being like a WWE conversation. Trump was talking about how he's in the WWE Hall of Fame and the whole deal. That was the commentary. Right now, by the way, we have 50 Cent getting interviewed. So.
Ooh.
I was saying earlier, it's a travesty. Like 50 Cent's in the building, Mario Lopez is in the building. Like, put those two in the ring. Like,
It's AC Slater's in a state of shock. Come on. I know damn
boy.
well Mario Lopez watched that Cesar Chavez Jr. fight, that he was not in shock.
God, I could only imagine Dana's reaction if he watched that.
who's this performance? That's
Colby says Trump spent the entire Vince's fight talking about Lashley versus Uganda.
yeah.
Oh no. Uganda was the name of like the ECW version of Kamala.
Oh God. Uganda.
Oh, man.
I wonder how many times Vince McMahon got name dropped in that.
Oh, I know. Ricardo said sneaky shot by Silva. It wasn't that sneaky, buddy. I appreciate you, but it wasn't that sneaky. Reminder, guys, check out shop.fightful.com. That's where you can get all your Fightful merch. Make sure you subscribe here. And check out fightfulmag.com. We have the print edition of issue 4. We've got an article on Brian Lee, who I've been trying to track down for years, an interview with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We've got articles on Thunder Rosa, CM Punk, John Cena, the Thunderdome going away, Fire Pro Wrestling, the Steiner Brothers, and actually we have an article about these circus boxing fights, these sideshow fights that I adore so much.
Hell yeah.
I would be honestly super excited if it was Oscar and Vitor next. Like I actually was really looking forward to that.
Me too. I mean, like I said, I love these fights. I don't care if they're 50 years old. I don't give a damn. I want to say it's harmless fun, but I don't think what just happened to Tito was harmless to Tito.
No, I mean, like I've said it a lot on these streams. Like the most fun I've had watching a fight this year, one of them is definitely that Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter fight. Like I thoroughly enjoyed watching that.
Yeah,
by the way, Bagel Boss still owes us a fight, y'all. I haven't forgotten that.
One of our most popular podcasts we ever did was just me watching along Tito versus Del Rio. And
Really?
Wow.
I mean, as confident as I was in Anderson Silva tonight, I was more confident in Tito Ortiz on that night. I mean, it was, whoo boy.
Yeah, that was title versus title, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio, he's one of like maybe 4 people that I have an interview with, and I will probably never release it because I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this interview. I'm going to see if he's accountable for literally anything, and then we'll see where it goes. And he wasn't. So I was like, I'm just sitting on this.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to an ROH show and he was supposed to do like the meet and greet and like he didn't show up. And then like
Shocker.
it was I heard that like it was maybe like 3 minutes before the main event. He pulls up and like immediately gets dressed and goes out there. And then like as soon as his match is over, he just leaves. I'm like, this guy's a scumbag.
My God.
Right now, for anyone watching at home, we're currently in the midst of a performance, some sort of music.
Some sort of music.
Well, it's not in English, so I have no idea what this is. I just don't know.
How about that Marvin Gaye Snoop Dogg?
That was interesting
performance.
Yeah.
So I had back in the day, and by back in the day I mean like 2001, the What's Going On album that had like all the pop stars on it. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, they had like the rock remix and the rap remix. It was pretty good, but they managed to get like everybody on there.
And like, let's be honest, does anybody in that crowd care about this guy singing right now? Like,
I don't know. There had another performance earlier. It was a girl, and like Gina Dos Santos was like pretty happy about it though, because she was like Brazilian, and he like knew who she was. But like, I don't know.
I liked her music, to be honest with you. I thought it was really good.
Did you see the Titantron in the back though? The video that was being shown while she was singing. She had pasties on her nipples, like it's like big old thing, and she's like twerking, and I'm like, all right,
yeah.
I'm like, this is where Trump should be doing commentary. Like they don't have him do any commentary during the concerts, only during the fights.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the last Triller fight night. They did like a full-on like 2-hour concert like between some of the fights. Like it was so long in between.
And Ric Flair was there for like an underground arm or slap box.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And Oscar was drunk or high or both.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Frank Mir was making his boxing debut.
Yeah.
And
also he was making his last boxing appearance.
And Oscar's like, do it for the USSR. I'm like, what?
No.
It wasn't the last one when Snoop was just like smoking blunts, like in the ring, walking around and stuff. Awesome. And that was in Georgia. That was in Georgia too, where it's like not even legal.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how.
They didn't care.
They just didn't care.
Oh man. Like I remember Forrest Griffin in his prime, catching air against Anderson Silva.
Yep. Silva walking backwards.
Yes.
Well, and if you think about it, right, like Tito and Forrest have pretty competitive fights, standing or whatever there. So it's like that's the level that Tito would have been at, and now he's 46. Like this isn't going to go well. Like I don't understand what you're thinking, but whatever.
Man, that was wild.
That was bad.
Yeah, I remember that one. I lost $50 that night. Like I was in college at the time, and the bet was that Forrest would make it to the second round. I didn't even bet on Forrest winning. It was just him making it out of the first, and I lost that bet.
Oh man,
he had just wrestled Rampage for 5 rounds. It was like
so. One of my friends, who we affectionately refer to as Nikita Krylov fan on this channel, used to rope in his frat brothers on taped fights. Whether it be like when they would tape them from the UK and broadcast them later, or just UFC uncensored shows, because his buddies would not know that they weren't live. So he would always bet them.
God.
It was amazing. And I remember a couple times he would like shark them. He would wait until one was like unbelievable, and he'd pick like the Jack dude to get beat.
Here we go.
Everybody that watches Houston Alexander for the first time thinks that Houston Alexander is going to win every fight.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
Didn't he just fight? I saw a clip that I think Houston just fought.
He might have
fought bare knuckle.
Yeah, I think it was it was something like that.
Look.
Yeah.
I saw that.
There's been a lot of these names popping back up. Alan Belcher and these guys just like resurfacing. Yeah.
Like last night he fought.
Yeah.
Last night. Was that on Fight TV?
He fought Wes Combs.
Wow.
Yeah. One win in his last 8 fights. Dang.
So I spoke with my dad today, and he asked me what I was doing tonight, and I go watching a boxing match with Belfort and Holyfield. He goes, Holyfield Jr.? I go, nope.
Colby said that Houston knocked some idiot out in 19 seconds. I
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
I got to see that.
Colby says I covered the fight, Sean. Be better. I'm sorry. I was covering WWE SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Sorry.
Both good shows.
Yeah, I watched Rampage.
I actually
I thought
watched
Rampage was
SmackDown.
good.
It was pretty good.
SmackDown was really good last night, except for the finish of the main event.
Really?
But
I saw
like,
some
it
highlights.
feels like to me like they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink for Madison Square Garden, and then it'll be like back to status quo
Probably.
after that.
Probably.
Yep. I think so too.
I watched West Coast Pro Wrestling last night on IWTV. That was really good.
Mhm.
That's my recommended show of the week for the fight. I actually have already recorded the Weekender for tomorrow. It's in the can, ready to go. So that's going to be an AM version for everyone who listens to that show on FightfulSelect.com. So make sure to subscribe to Fightful Select. Weekender podcast coming tomorrow morning. So
Was that the AJ Gray Hammerstone match?
Yep.
No, was that good?
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil for people
Yeah.
who want to watch it, but yeah.
It was good.
Mm-hmm. And then tonight I'm watching Heavy Hitters Paradigm Pro right now is on my second screen. They've had some good matches tonight. I haven't been able to pay full attention, obviously, because of the boxing, but the first match of the show was Jake Something versus Joshua Bishop. So that's like those are two of my dudes. Yeah. They had Cole Radrick already wrestled on the show. Hoodfoot was on the show. Alex Kane was on the show. They've had a lot of really good people.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, Filthy Tom
Sounds like-
Lawler. Yep. My brother's here, by the way. He's in the living room while watching the fight as well.
Nice.
AC Slater. I'm just so pumped for football to be back. Everyone in the chat, anyone in the chat who's a fan of the NFL, let us know in the chat. Who's your team? Just throw your team name in the chat while we're waiting. We're still in between fights here, waiting for the main event to start. Obviously,
my team fought hard, but
yeah,
we didn't pull it out. But I was proud.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
they played really good.
Yeah,
that's my second team. So
okay.
I
felt pretty good about it.
Do you get concerned at all though when like Pollard seems to play better than Zeke?
No, because Pollard is more of a finesse runner, speed, but he's not the blocker. He's not the dirty yards guy. So it's like, and Pollard's also used more as like more of a receiver. But honestly, the biggest thing is we didn't have Zach Martin, so we pulled the guard. We basically decided not to run the ball that much.
Gotcha.
It is what it is.
And then we lost somebody today, didn't we, for suspension?
Oh yeah, Leo Collins, our right tackle, stinks.
Yeah. I heard he's going to something with the players' union. They're going to try to fight it.
Yeah, I mean anything. I would love to see. It's tricky because it's like missed drug test, so it's not even that he failed, but he just missed them. But for him to get a 5-week suspension is like he had to miss like multiple drug tests.
They said he did.
It's concerning. Yeah, it's concerning.
Got a lot of people shouting out their teams in the chat, so thanks for joining in on that, guys. Justin Kawat says he's a Vikings fan as well. Good rep, Steven, and also good rep for Rob.
Any Cowboy fans out there? You see?
Yeah, I saw a Cowboys fan in there. I'm sure there's a lot of them. America's team and all. A lot of people like the Cowboys. It's a lot rarer to see Vikings fans. But I'm very, very excited for that. Of course, I had Rob Gronkowski on my bench for fantasy football, and he put up a lot of points. So that was a little bit of a bummer. But
I had to play against Mari Cooper in my other league, and he killed me. So I'm cheering him, but I'm also like, ugh.
Yeah. Money Mark OG 1988 in the chat says he's a Cowboys fan. So we got a few more Cowboys fans in here.
Appreciate it.
Oh, Justin, this is Captain Keys. What's up, man? This guy's cool as hell. Captain Keys used to come in a lot on my old Twitch streams like years back, and I talked with him on Twitter and stuff. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Cool.
Yeah, we're still, just so y'all know, we're still getting Todd Gresham talking to 50 Cent. Oh, wait, I wish you were watching a Jonathan
I was
Gresham
all like,
right now.
we are? Who is he facing?
Yeah. Todd Gresham talking to 50
That'd be
Cent
awesome.
still. Yeah, it would.
I think I would rather watch Jonathan Gresham versus Vitor Belfort, but it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Tomorrow, by the way, y'all, Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor is happening. Jonathan Gresham against Josh Woods. That should be a good match for the pure title.
I'm hoping Roxy wins the women's title.
I took her in my predictions. I did full-on predictions for the Weekender. That'll drop tomorrow morning, like I said earlier. I did predictions for Impact's Victory Road and Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor on the show. So we got some good stuff coming up. That's all like next weekend, but I won't have another show before then. We finally have Michael Buffer in the ring here. Looks like we're going to do a 9/11 tribute of some kind. A moment of silence for the national anthem from Brazil. Okay, I thought this was going to be like a 9/11 tribute. Sorry.
Probably just for each country. That's usually what they do in the main event of boxing.
Yeah. I just figured today they would do something for 9/11, considering it is 9/11.
Right.
Unless they did something earlier and I just missed it. And Ring of Honor's tomorrow and Impact's next weekend, just for y'all listening. Got screwed up on that.
You know what I got next weekend, Steven?
You going live to some indies?
Ninja Mac versus Low Key, baby.
Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Is that in Houston?
Loco Wrestling.
Loco? Dude, Loco's killing it.
Yeah.
They got Cole Radrick coming back?
Well, that's for New Texas, and that's the next week.
Oh,
and
right,
that's
right.
Stallion Rogers or whatever. That's he's facing Brian Keith.
Oh, and just so y'all know, I have some news. I've already recorded it on the weekend. Or I have some more information on the status of Lee Moriarty, like with his AEW contract and what he will and won't be doing going forward. I talked to him today for a minute.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. Steven, thoughts on Giants Broncos? I hope the Broncos do well because I have them as my defense on fantasy football. So.
I hope the Broncos do well because I hate the Giants.
Well, there you go. That's easy for the Cowboys fan right there. Easy prediction.
But I do have Saquon in my fantasy, and he's like listed as like maybe 15 carries at the most. That's what they're talking about. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm torn on whether to start him or not.
He's risky because you just hadn't seen anything of him for the last 2 years.
His leg is a different size now. Like each one is a different size from when he tore his ACL. So that's a little bit disturbing.
Yeah. So we got Michael Buffer talking, kind of getting everything set up for, we got like the U.S. portion of this coming with our national anthem and all that. We got a super chat here from Ryan Evans. Thank you very much, Ryan. Says the State Athletic Commission should be held responsible for any injury Holyfield sustains in this fight. Should have never been cleared to fight. Yeah, he's what, 58 years old and hasn't boxed in like 10 years. So, yeah, this is, I mean, well, and by just for what it's worth, Ryan, the reason this is happening in Florida is because the previous athletic commission would not sanction this fight, so they had to move the entire card to another state. So I think you're onto something there with your super chat. Thank you very much.
I also think too that De La Hoya is Staples Center, like that's his house, and so when he was out, it's like either you're gonna have to find a smaller venue in California, or you're gonna just have to go somewhere completely different. And I don't know if you know, but this is the same place that Tito fought Ken in the final chapter in their third fight.
I didn't, but that makes sense now.
Yeah.
We're doing a 10-bell salute right now, it sounds like.
I'm hoping that knockout for Tito, like that's it. Like he now knows he needs to hang it up and no longer needs to fight. Like he's never been put out like that. So I hope it's like a wake up call for him.
Unless it's him versus more like Del Rio types, like people who just don't know what they're doing, that he can just like beat up for extra money or something. But he shouldn't be taking fights that are going to be like competitive anymore for sure.
Or super dangerous. Like Anderson Silva is such a high level striker. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Just a reminder, y'all, as we get ready for the main event here, make sure to send those super chats in. We will make sure to put your question, comment, statement, whatever you got up on the screen for you, and we'll do our best to answer your questions or read out your comments and all that good stuff. A super chat will guarantee that we get to all that for you. And of course, please hit that like button right here. Thumbs up really helps out the algorithm, helps people find the podcast and the streams and all that stuff, and lets us know that you like it. And of course, like I've been saying and Sean's been saying, FightfulSelect.com, the most direct way to support Fightful. And that's how they're able to pay me, for example. That's how they can pay the staff. People subscribing to Fightful Select, that's where the money goes, to people like me and Rob and people who help out. So we always appreciate those subscriptions. I know Doug is subscribed to FightfulSelect.com. So
I am.
We have DeCorey Johnson, who looks like this is a young kid. He's singing the national anthem as we speak. Seems to have a really good voice.
You know what's crazy too is like Trump and Masvidal are like across from the ring, like in an upper level on like where a table with like by a table, and like this kid is singing in front of like the former president and everything. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, this is wild. It still doesn't look that full in there.
I mean, they had 2 weeks to sell tickets.
I know that's a good point, though. I mean, I was talking about that with my brother earlier when I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people probably don't even know what's happening in that area because it's so last minute. Rashad Evans in the crowd. He's just fiending to get in this, I'm sure.
Michael Chandler was in the crowd as well. I saw him do an interview.
Well, Michael Chandler's in no danger of like stooping to this yet.
No, not yet.
But Rashad Evans could be very close to this.
Oh, for sure.
Like he's here scouting.
Well, one of his money fights just went out the window.
What, Tito?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did that wind up actually ever happening in the UFC? I remember it was definitely booked, but I can't remember if it ever happened.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
It did happen twice.
73 was a draw, and then
that's right.
133 was when Rashad was like on a roll and he destroyed Tito.
But I remember people thinking Tito, like, because that was pretty much a number one contender fight, him and Rashad the first time, and then it wound up being a draw.
Like Tito beat Bader,
right?
And then they needed a replacement because Phil Davis had pulled out of the fight. And so
that's what I was.
Took the Rashad fight.
That's what I was getting screwed up on. I remember Phil Davis and Rashad because I have the mini fight poster of that, but that fight never happened. Right? That was the one that got pulled. It was Rashad and Phil Davis. That's right.
Yep.
They were actually talking about, like, JDS was talking about how he was supposed to fight Brock on commentary earlier. And I was like, that's right. Like, they were Ultimate Fighter coaches, and that one didn't happen because of the diverticulitis.
That kid was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good national anthem.
Getting a standing ovation.
Yeah.
So, Steven, do you know how Jesse's doing today with her Buckeyes going down?
I haven't asked. So I don't follow college football, like, at all.
Oh.
I follow my Georgia Southern Eagles a little bit. That's, where I went to school.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, I know Jesse's very into it. And what was the score? Do you know?
It was close. I think it. I don't even. I don't remember.
It's like 35-28 or something. 33-28. What was brutal is they had 2 minutes and they were driving and they threw an interception to lose the game with like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I definitely won't rub that in Jesse's face or anything because she takes it pretty seriously. So yeah.
Trump getting a big ovation from the crowd.
Yeah. He was talking earlier on that commentary about he was like, "Oh, I see a lot of signs for me out there. This crowd's great."
Yeah. Oh man, the Vikings lost one of their Hall of Famers today. Mick Tingelhoff passed away.
Skull Vikings. You saw that? You see that helmet, Rob? I think the one that I posted the other day, the Culpepper.
Yeah, that's sweet. That was sweet, man.
Can't believe it. My brother's holding up the number 3 right now from across the room. We're 3 Vikings helmets out of 7 somehow. These are complete mystery boxes that could be any player, any team, ever. But it just guarantees that they're like a certain level, like all-star level or better. That's like pretty much all you're guaranteed. And we've somehow gotten 3 Vikings helmets out of 7 helmets. It seems like impossible odds.
Those boxes that they come in, are they Are they just like generic boxes, or do they like have like a Dave and Buster's like logo on them, or
No, so they're TriStar hidden treasures.
Okay. TriStar hidden? Okay,
They're
Yeah,
normally
based out
like.
of-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, they're I know who they are. They're based out of Texas, and they used to do like the big national convention. So I know who they are. That's good. That's a good company too. So
Yeah, it's legit. Like they come with the COAs and everything. And I actually just sold. Like today, I went back to the play. I've got like a guy who collects locally. So I go win these things, then I can sell them pretty much right away. So it's been a good little side hustle. And then we just keep all the Viking stuff for ourselves to keep in our displays. So
Glad to see I've missed absolutely nothing since I disappeared.
yep, right back to beyond
was
like
a
the
little-
national anthems. That was it.
There was a little kid that killed that killed it doing the national anthem.
That's
he did a really
cool.
good job.
yeah,
that's
did a
cool.
really good job.
Basically,
You guys,
singing Tito's eulogy.
Pretty much.
Oh man,
We're seeing the tail of the tape right now.
you got a
44
message,
versus
Jeremy?
58. Yeah, he messaged me. He said that he's with his girlfriend, so he will not be joining us.
sucks to be him, I guess.
Yeah, what a nerd having a girlfriend and stuff.
Yeah.
Or you'd be like me, who has been married for like 14 years, and it's just like, I need my time alone. Like, okay, cool.
My
Oh,
God,
look at
so
Vitor.
there's a ringside angle of the Tito knockout. He was so slow.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
A little Vitor Belfort interview. He's about to make the walk.
I remember
It's
when
kinda-
I started to cover MMA, like Vitor would do these like press calls, and he would invite like everybody on there, and no matter what you asked him, he would talk about Jesus.
Yep,
It did not matter.
definitely.
I always feel like it's kind of weird when they interview people like right before they walk out there. Like he's like ready for like battle, and she's like trying to like break him down on the interview like right before he walks out. It's kind of weird.
Oh, he just plugged Trump.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Dude, the fighters have all loved him. Like Gino Dos Santos could barely keep it together.
Uh-huh.
Oh. So, like, is it like an alternate commentary, or is it
Yeah,
like a
you-
separate stream that you buy?
No, it's alternate. You can listen to it if you wanted to. It's option down at the bottom.
It's just a little bit behind the main feed though. Like it's a couple
Yeah.
seconds behind.
It's a different camera angle too. It looks like it's more
Interesting.
closer in.
I definitely don't want to listen to it, but I was very curious.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Like I would, like how they did the Snoop Dogg commentary back in the day with the Dana Contender Series. Like you could do something like that every time, where you could have an alternate commentator.
And Vitor Belfort making the walk.
Looking like a boxer.
Yeah. When's the last time they got tested for this? Because last time I saw Belfort, he was looking in full on TRT mode.
Yeah.
So I heard that Jake Paul, even like that fight, the testing was pretty like questionable. So I can only imagine with this one.
Yeah. I remember seeing pictures. I think like Ryan Loco took him or something like a year ago, and I was like, "Oh God, TRT Vitor is back!" Like,
Yes.
this dude. There was like a 3-fight stretch where he was like the scariest dude alive.
Yes. The hair too. The hair made it just a totally different animal.
That's true. The mullet thing that he had going on.
Because
Like-
I mean,
like the
technically,
Mohawk mullet.
when he faced John Jones, he was TRT Vitor, but it just wasn't the same when he got that Mohawk mullet with the like cross on the side. Man, what a killer!
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Michael Bisping.
Yeah,
Here comes Evander Holyfield. This is surreal.
the
I did
real
not have-
deal, baby.
My God.
2021.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man, I watched this guy when I was a child.
Yes.
Yeah, this was like we're all relatively the same age. Like it used to be the biggest deal in the world when he was fighting. I mean,
let's be clear. AFI award winning Evander Holyfield.
Biggest honor.
Yes.
Jimmy keeps those next to his LJNs.
Yes.
I did a book report on Evander Holyfield when I was in the 7th grade, so this is just really
You wrote a
weird.
book?
Yeah. Well, it was a boxing book that Burt Sugar wrote, and I took the
Burt Sugar.
And I took the Tyson Holyfield era of the fight, but it was mainly covering Holyfield, and it's just weird thinking about that 7th grade. It's like, damn, wish I could go back to those years.
Let me tell you how happy I am. This main event starting at 10 Eastern instead of midnight Eastern.
Yeah.
Let's normalize this.
100%. Even then, it dragged out. Right, like this started at 7. Like this could have realistically been over by like 8:30. But
I saw somebody was like, "The stream is set up for 4 hours from now," and you were like, "Well, it's possible with all these music performances."
You never know.
Well, give Tito credit, Sean, because if he didn't get knocked out in the first round, this wouldn't be happening. So.
Exactly. Thank you, Tito Ortiz, for being so terrible at boxing and for having such a big ass head that we were able to watch this fight at 10:05 p.m. Eastern.
Holyfield still looks like he's in pretty good shape. I mean, for a guy that age, he's in incredible shape, obviously. But like, this is just. I feel this is like going to be uncomfortable to watch. I think like this isn't even like
afraid of.
Yeah.
He's got his ear, so he's doing good there.
Yeah, there you go. That's something.
So I'm sitting here saying, okay, if Tyson's doing this stuff and Holyfield's doing this stuff, why haven't we seen Tyson versus Holyfield again?
Yeah, I think that Holyfield wants it now. I think he's been talking about it.
He should.
Yeah. I think my brother, weren't you saying that Holyfield is like trying to get that Tyson fight again? My brother was saying he was hearing that.
I just love that
Personally,
Lennox Lewis is somewhere like, man, I retired on top. I ain't doing this shit.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, though, I enjoy these when they're like not the exhibitions. They're the real deal. Yes, it's not as safe, but the exhibitions are a joke. They're not really, it's just sparring sessions. It's basically all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I heard that I think Holyfield was saying in one of his interviews this week that was a big kind of like sticking point for him, was he wasn't sure if he should take this because he knows it's going on his record. Like that's how kind of unsure he is about even doing this. It seems like.
Oh my god!
Here we go. It's happening.
Oh god.
Vitor looks like he's in good shape, but he doesn't look like insanely TRT crazy.
Yeah.
So. All right, this fight is happening.
My God.
I feel like Vitor is going to put him to sleep so bad.
Well, and Vitor's a southpaw. That's probably not being talked about enough. Watch Vitor just go for the spinning heel kick.
he forgot. My bad.
And thank Jesus afterwards.
Yeah.
Which Evander went to high school with Jesus, so I mean, like.
Man. Evander just threw a left, right, left, all straights, and he was definitely off balance. That didn't look that good.
Oh, Vitor hurt him.
I must be a couple seconds behind you. But yeah, he did. He cracked him with the left.
Vitor is in for the kill. Oh my God, Evander.
Oh, Evander just got Rampage Jackson through the ropes. Huh?
Wow.
Oh, he didn't get hit? My thing lagged.
He didn't get hit.
He missed and fell over?
This is not even close.
That's it.
God.
That's going to be it. So, yeah, my stream literally lagged as he was. So he whiffed so hard that he fell through the ropes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Vitor with the straight.
Come
Vitor
on.
is such a killer. Stop
Yeah.
the fight.
I mean, this is just target practice. Yeah,
It's over.
fight just got called. What a disgrace! I mean, like, I'm
Wow.
sorry to say it, but that's like such a like.
Let's be
Like,
honest, though.
that's-
Both fights are what we thought they were going to be for
Yeah,
the most part.
for sure. But it's like to see Holyfield like that is like, man,
Bad.
you just hate to see it.
This should have been Oscar. This would have been a way better fight if this was Oscar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I
the
honestly
upside,
think they should still do it.
I mean, they could. I mean, I was about to say the upside is, I mean, both Anderson and Vitor, even if they wanted to run that back in a rematch, both those guys could fight right now again. I mean, no damage whatsoever.
I would love an Anderson Vitor boxing fight. I think it'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they really should have done tonight. Like on a from a competition standpoint, it should have been that. And then Holyfield would have had a chance against Ortiz.
Yeah,
Well,
that would have been
that
that would have been fun. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Tito and Holyfield. That would have
Yeah,
been fun.
that would have been a better fight. I mean,
Oh God.
that was wow.
How do you sell a Tyson Holyfield fight now? Like,
Yeah.
There's no way.
Because Tyson actually looked like okay against Jones Jr.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, that's just
Wow.
see. This is like what would happen if pro wrestling was real. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yes.
at least you can like book those people to look strong past their
Yeah.
prime. Like, this is too real for that.
Oh my
Like,
god! When I watched the Brawl for All and I saw how terrible Road Warrior Hawk was at actually fighting, and then I saw the technique that Papa friggin' Shango had
Yeah.
over other
Right.
people. I was
Right.
like, oh, he's actually done some boxing training. I was like, okay, my god, man.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, good for Vitor at the very
The
least.
commentator just said there's going to be a lot of debate coming on that stoppage.
Oh,
What?
What?
Idiots.
Oh.
I was begging them to stop the fight. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't even close.
Man.
Yeah, that's what when I said, "Oh, come on," I was like, somebody throw in the towel or something.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, it was a good time. I'm going to go do literally anything else.
All right. So, well, there goes Sean. Well, we'll hang out here for just a second if y'all want to bear with us. I would like to hear what Vitor has to say if they can get to this interview quickly. He will obviously thank Jesus, but I would like to see if he has a call out. Anyone else he'd like to fight? I don't know if I really want to hear from Holyfield because this is going to be just kind of depressing listening to whatever he has to say after that.
I hope he doesn't say he's looking for that that Hall of Fame or that whatever he won from Jimmy or
Yeah.
that award. He's like, if anybody's seen this butt plug, I'm looking for.
I mean, I remember like when Tito beat Chuck in their third fight, and Chuck in his post fight interview was like, "Yeah, man, I feel like I started off strong. I think I still got it. Like it wasn't." And it's like, no, like never fight again. Like
Definitely.
Chuck Liddell was in the right place, the right time as the special guest referee for Lamar Odom versus Aaron Carter. That's where these guys. Like outside of autograph signings and those kind of things, like that's their spot in the sport at this point. Like be a commentator, be an announcer, be involved, sign autographs. Like you can still be relevant in the sport to your fans, but you just shouldn't be doing this to yourself anymore in the ring.
The ambassador deal.
The ambassador deals. I wish more people embrace the ambassador thing. Like
Totally.
that's such a cool spot. I know it's not the same kind of high you're going to get from competing in front of a crowd, but like that's still pretty damn cool. You can live the rest of your life getting to take pictures with your fans and sign autographs and still get appreciated versus like getting your head bashed in still.
And that's what I said on a podcast I was in. And granted, I know there's not many wrestling fans in this chat, but I said that's what Ric Flair should do when he got released by WWE. Like he shouldn't, it's up to him, but he should kind of do like one of those ambassador things where he just goes wherever, like whether he's in WWE this month and then a couple months later he's doing like AEW type thing, just where he goes back and forth. But I thought that would be kind of interesting, kind of like what he did with the NWA, just kind of go wherever.
I was about to say his speech for the NWA I thought was fantastic. Like that was a perfect use of having Ric Flair. Now, I will say I do want to see him wrestle a couple more times, but that's only because he got me so riled up with these interviews lately that I'm like, and the fact that he was in there knife edge chopping Kenny Omega in AAA, it's like, I mean, if anyone can make him look good, it's going to be Kenny. You know what I mean? Like Kenny will fly all over the place for him and then hit him with a V trigger and pin him. But okay, we have the interview here with Vitor Belfort. We're going to stick around for these post-fight interviews, then we'll get out of here, y'all. If you have any last-minute super chats, now's the time to send them. We'll still make sure to answer any question you got. And if you got any predictions, even pro wrestling related, like feel free to throw that out there here at the end. We'll answer your questions, read your comments, put them up on the screen. It looks like first we're going to get Evander Holyfield. Oh, wait, no. So they're
Vitor's
talking
talking right now.
Yeah, they're talking to Vitor, but this thing's a mess. They're trying to interview Evander over Belfort's interview. This makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh, I love Triller.
This is unreal. For those of you not watching, Vitor Belfort is in the ring getting interviewed by Michael Buffer about and it sounds pretty important. He sounds pretty fired up, but he can't hear what he's saying. But on the outside of the ring, Todd Gresham and 50 Cent are interviewing Evander Holyfield. So no one can hear both guys. And this is just, and all they're showing is Holyfield just shrugging his shoulders like, well, I mean, this, what can I say? Evander's blaming the refs. This is a bad call. Get out of here, man. Come on.
He didn't have a shot in hell.
Oh, man.
Even 50 Cent's looking at him sideways, kind of like, you serious, man? Like,
man. Yeah.
I really wanted to hear Vitor, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to hear from him. We're just going to feel bad for Evander Holyfield.
You know what's sad, too, is I'm not sure Evander was even that rock from the punches. I just don't think he has the balance to, walk. He can barely walk, and so just the force of the punch is knocking him over. It's not even the fact that he's really hurt.
Yeah, very true. Even just walking down the ramp, it looks like he had to kind of balance himself.
And I think that's why he's complaining about the fight being stopped, because it's like he doesn't necessarily feel that hurt, but he just kept falling down. He has no balance. His legs are gone.
They just pan back. So we are getting a close-up shot of Vitor Belfort, but it's still the audio of Evander Holyfield getting interviewed. What I think they're going to do is re-interview Vitor. I think they're going to go back to him and try to do the same interview again, because this is hilarious.
Yep, they are.
Okay, so here's Vitor Belfort. We're going to finally hear what he had to say. He'll have to just repeat himself. So the interviewer, I don't know her name, but she's asking if he's going to box more. He says 100% he's going to keep boxing. He says he comes to knock people out. And he says he has a bunch of opponents in mind. Ooh, sounds like he's sticking with Triller. That's right. Vitor's talking about weight. Doesn't care about weight. He came in 20 pounds lighter than Holyfield for weigh-ins. Probably even more tonight. Oh, Vitor, big announcement. Let's see what it is. Plug in DraftKings. Fight's going to happen. What?
Wow, Jake Paul.
Vitor Belfort just called out Jake Paul, says $25 million fight.
Winner takes all.
Winner takes all, $25 million. Vitor Belfort and Jake Paul.
You could be my kid.
Wow. Oh, we got a couple super chats, y'all. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep our ears open here. Cyclops better than Wolverine. What's up, man? Welcome back to the chat. Good to see you. Says, I'm so glad I didn't pay for this freak show. LOL. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to us watch the freak show, and thanks for joining as always.
Ricardo, great shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's a Britt Baker.
I love that shirt.
DMD. We got Ricardo El Idolo. Thank you for joining as well, Ricardo. Good to see you in here. Saw you on the last one too. Says this is a dumpster fire. Agreed. Oh, now the guy from Triller's in the ring saying, he said Vitor versus Jake all fucking day. Let's do it for 30 million.
I need Nick Gage up in here then. MDK, all, you know.
All right. So Vitor Belfort is really talking up for Jake Paul. Like, they're probably going to wind up doing this. Probably going to wind up actually doing this.
Man, Vitor thinks he can beat everyone now that he beat Evander Holyfield.
Vitor just said, America needs me.
Not you. Also, Vitor's son, like, plays for Alabama. He's a quarterback. Like, yeah, he's like a reserve or whatever. He's not the starter, but.
Oh. Okay.
Let's get a little tweet out here. Vitor Belfort calls out Jake Paul. Time. This is wild.
See, Vitor wants the clinch to be allowed in the boxing. That's what he's asking for, is a kind of a change in the rules.
Yeah. Wow.
30 million. I swear, if Vitor ends up winning that fight, I'll be so happy for Vitor that he got $30 million. Like, that's a legend's purse that he can retire on forever.
30.
Here's Trump.
I exit out so I can get rid of that spam there.
We got some more super chats last minute. We got Jigsaw Kid 95 says, hell of a promo from Vitor. I'm all in. Cheers, lads. Cheers, Jigsaw. Thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, I think I mean, that's something we want to see, right? Like, why not do that fight, right?
I'd love it.
What about you, Rob? You want to see Jake Paul versus Vitor Belfort?
Absolutely. Please.
Wow. This has been a wild night of freak show fights. Some more freak show than others, but because we had a couple like legitimate contests on the undercard. But yeah, that's been Fightful Fight Night, y'all. Probably a good time to get out of here. Rob, tell the people where to find you.
You can follow me at Rob Wilkins. Otherwise, on Tuesday nights, I cover NXT for Fightful.com. Wednesday nights, I cover AEW Dynamite. And on Fridays, right now, I'm doing AEW Rampage. So follow me there, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, Doug, how about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at AllEliteDoug21. I also do a YouTube show on RVD Tito for Life. That's my username on there. And me and Steven do a live show every Tuesday right after NXT. And we definitely basically talk mostly all AEW, but we talk about MMA, these boxing fights, anything that's relevant in pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And it's always a really good time. So check us out and subscribe.
Yes, and you can find me on Twitter at FightTalk _FIGHTTALK _. A new episode of the Fightful Select Weekender podcast will drop tomorrow morning. I got a lot of independent wrestling talk on there, a lot of results, some predictions for some upcoming shows. And you can listen to that and get all the other great content that Sean Ross Sapp, Alex Pulaski, all the others have over there at FightfulSelect.com. It's the most direct way to support Fightful. Listen to the Fight Talk podcast. That's where I upload all the audio for everything that I do. That's pretty much every platform. That's, once again, the Fight Talk podcast. Use my code Fight Talk, FIGHTTALK, on independentwrestling.tv or IWTV.live. Right now, Paradigm Pro's on. If you want to check it out, sign up for the service, watch some Paradigm Pro, use code Fight Talk. And yeah, everything else I do on YouTube with Doug, with Jesse Davin, all that other stuff, all things MMA, I keep updated on my Twitter. So thank you guys very much both for joining me today. thank you to Sean Ross Sapp, and another big congratulations to him. For those of you listening, Sean Ross Sapp, big contract extension and minority ownership of Fightful.com now, which is really, really badass. So great stuff. Fun fights. I don't know when the next big freak show fight is for us, but I know the next big UFC show for Fightful Fight Night will be UFC 266. We've got the double title fights as well as the return of Nick Diaz taking on Robbie Lawler in their rematch from forever ago. So hope you can join us there. Make sure to follow us all to know when we're going live. Make sure to subscribe right here on Fightful's YouTube channel and leave a thumbs up. Until next time, I don't know. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Take care, guys.
Peace.